I just need y'all to know that at this Burger King right now in Columbia, off interstate, whatever, we got one beautiful person working here all by herself. She doing everything. She doing the fries, she doing the burger, she doing the chicken sandwiches, she doing everything by herself. Cause nobody want to work no more, y'all. Nobody want to work no more, and she's in here by herself. And it is at nighttime. It is nighttime right now. I be missing out on my kids' life, and I work a lot, so I be having to provide for them, and I really don't be having time to spend with them, and it hurts me a lot.
Nakia Hamilton is a single mother of 3 here in Columbia. She works 12 hours plus to provide for her children, even if that means doing it all by herself at this Burger King on Broad River Road.
One of my employees just quit on me, and they ain't had nobody else to come in, so I had to work by myself, had to close by myself, had to do the dishes, do prep, do the floor, do front counter, drive through. Though I end up shutting down drive through and let people come in because it's too much trying to run and take orders and gotta run back. So y'all need to get her some help up in here because she busted her behind. She's doing everything she needs to do to make sure everybody is okay up in here.
In this TikTok video, you can see Hamilton working by herself, and thousands of people on social media had questions.
And then last night I closed again by myself last night. I finally got help today. And she been here since 11 o'clock. She about to close with us at 11. So we just ain't got no employees. Nobody want to work no more.
Still, even after what happened here that day, Hamilton says she's doing it all for her children and thanks her manager for giving her the job.
I wouldn't have no job because I do have a record. And it's hard to find a job with a record. And by grace of God, she gave me a job. So that's the only reason why. Hey, y'all. Good morning. I just want to give a big shout out to Deja, who recorded the video, made me viral. I appreciate it. I want to give her flowers too for giving my recognition because that's something I do every day. And I got some things to address that's my concern. I live in a dangerous neighborhood. I didn't choose to live here. It was just a place to stay. I needed it. I got 3 kids. I can't pay high ass bills. My safety is my concern right now. My kids' safety is my concern. So I'm trying to move because I really am. It's a lot going on. I appreciate the publicity and everything, but I'm more concerned about my kids' safety and my safety. Cause like I said, I live in a very dangerous neighborhood. So if anybody know any apartments or houses that I can move to, I'm not looking for no handouts or nothing. I'm willing to pay, but I gotta move because it's just a lot going on. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Keep following, keep going. Podcast coming soon. It's called Hand Helping Hands. We are trying to do anything to help single mothers, single parents, period, that's struggling. Like I said, just continue to support me. Look out my GoFundMe in my bio. Hit me up. Anything, any mothers, any parents want to talk about this situation, you can talk to me. I don't mind. I'll give you a listening ear, anything. Talk to y'all later.
So up to now, you're following the story, right? So Nike over here works alone, 12-hour shift. Her fellow colleague or employee quit on her and she ends up working alone. And she has 3 kids, just 27 years old. And if you've listened carefully, she has a record. Hi guys, my name is Danny and I'm gonna be the host for today's show. So today is one of those days that it's gonna be a tricky one. We're gonna highlight how employees give it all and companies just take it for granted, and why companies have high turnovers yet the management doesn't understand why the company has high turnover. So we're going to highlight the case of Nakia Hamilton, a South Carolina worker who works in Burger King, a black mom, single mom of 3, and she's so dedicated to work for Burger King, loves her job, and she hasn't even complained of anything. She just pointed out that she was working alone in a long hour shift given that she has kids. Imagine a mom of 3 who takes kids in the morning and has to, of course, get them off school somewhere. Kids go to school, let's say 7 hours. She has to juggle in between, and you can see how that is hectic. But despite all that, She loves her job and she thanks the manager. You can see from her speech over there, she gives out a positive rhetoric. Like, you see a black baby mama who has 3 kids, you'd think of someone who is privileged, someone who is so entitled, but Nakia here seems so humbled and seems so genuine. I don't see any glimpse of some greed or privilege or just someone who wants people to donate to her, because she just wants to sit there and say, I'm a black mom and I'm a single mom and I just want help for nothing. Like, she wants to work, she's willing to work. Given her situation that she has record, it's pretty hard for her to find job, and she thanks the manager for having given her that chance. But wait, that was just a few months ago. I think she went viral around July 25th of this year, but something tragic has happened, and that is what we're gonna look at today. So I'm not gonna explain, let's just listen.
A few moments later.
But Evergreen fired me because I've been late because of my kids, bro. My kids come first. And now, when y'all gonna watch my kids? Y'all don't pay for no babysitter, no nothing. But it's cool that everybody talking about, because I bought jewelry and shit with my money. That shit came from Shein. I'm not buying no real jewelry when I got bills and shit. What y'all mad? Y'all had PPP loans and did that with y'all money? The fuck? I'm already aggravated. I'm pissed. I'm already depressed. I'm going through this mental shit and motherfucking fucking with me. Just leave me alone, bro. This shit aggravating at this point. I don't even care, bro. Y'all can have all this shit. I ain't want no fame, no money, no none of this shit. My mind is already fucked up. I'm trying to keep pushing for my kids. I cannot do this shit no more. I cannot. The devil been on my back bad. You know what? He got it. He won. The devil fucking won. I promise you he won. Y'all, he got it. He got it, y'all.
Still, even after what happened here that day, Hamilton says she's doing it all for her children and thanks her manager for giving her the job.
So y'all remember the girl, the mother of 3, that worked at Burger King that night, doing the whole shift by herself. And some customers came in and started going live about the fact that she was there at Burger King doing everything. Drive-through orders. She was just doing everything by herself. Nobody was there working with her. And people were just videotaping and going live saying that they ought to be shaming themselves, they ought to get us some help. So one woman was running the whole Burger King. Fast forward, I just saw a video. They done fired this girl. Now, let me tell you how her story went. She was talking about why she was so dedicated to Burger King, because she had did some time, and Burger King was the only one that gave her a job. But you see how people do you when they think you need them. Now, should she have been in there running that store by herself? No, ma'am, no, sir, because they wasn't going to pay her for what she was doing. What I mean by that, she was a manager, but they were not going to pay her for doing all those jobs of the cook, the cashier, and what have you. She was doing the job of everybody, and they didn't give her no extra. And all they did at the end of the day, because she started having problems with babysitters and all this stuff, they fired that girl. That's right, they fired her. I just saw the video where they fired her, and I think they fired her more so because she got that money. They did a GoFundMe, and they probably was thinking that they said, oh, she ain't coming to work now because of the GoFundMe. And the girl clearly said she didn't have nobody to keep her kids. So you mean to tell me a job like Burger King, you work a whole shift by yourself with no help, couldn't put that into consideration when you were late a few times because of the safety of your kids. You didn't have nobody to keep your kids, and you was waiting for somebody to keep your kids before you came to work. You see, these jobs don't care nothing about you, but that's how God works. Because she looks, I went to her page, she like she doing real good. Sometimes God will show you that what you think you need, you really don't need, because what needs you won't treat you right. Burger King needed her, but they won't treat her right, because you ain't gonna find no employee that gonna run a whole store by themselves. They would have been shut that camp down and went home and said, bump this. But that girl was a dedicated employee, and Burger King missed out. And I don't know how the hell they still open anyway. I can't remember the last time I ate at Burger King. What they still doing open. But they fired that girl. Yeah. So you see how these jobs do you at the end of the day. But look, sometimes what you think is for you, it ain't for you. So I hope and wish her the best, but I didn't know they had fired her. I'm going to put both of these videos up so y'all can see if y'all don't remember who I'm talking about.
Update about the Burger King employee who had to work by herself for a 12-hour shift. Cooking the food, taking the orders, cleaning, you name it, she had to do it. And if you don't know who I'm talking about the 25-year-old single mom of 3 kids who works at Burger King along with a second job just to be able to pay her bills. When her fellow coworkers failed to come in for their shift, she had to work at Burger King by herself. herself. She even contacted the manager, but was unable to help find coverage for her. And then it was recorded, it went viral, and now this 25-year-old is dealing with what happens after you go viral from having to work by yourself at a fast food chain. The person who filmed this woman working by herself at Burger King was receiving some backlash, so she cleared the air and said she was by herself working at Burger King. However, this Burger King is connected to a gas station where there were multiple employees, but none of them were helping this 25-year-old mom of three work the Burger King connected to it. What happens when you go viral about being a hardworking mom doing the best you can to provide for your kids? They fire you. You heard me right. They fired her. Burger King franchise in South Carolina fired her, stating that along with her being late more than once to work, she had endangered the store by working by herself and placed liability on Burger King and herself for being there working until the next shift arrived. So no, she did not get paid her pay plus the pay of all the other people's jobs she did that shift and the next shift that she worked without help.
Man, y'all heard how Burger King just treated this girl, man? Nakia Hamilton. She went viral for working the whole damn restaurant by herself, man. Then they interviewed her on how she did it and why she did it. And she had only been working there for 3 months. But Burger King just fired this same girl. All because she was late for a shift. She had worked 12 hours prior, but they fired her soon as she was late. Remember this, though. Do y'all remember the guy Kevin Ford, who worked 27 years without missing a day? They only gave his ass a little bullshit. The devil won, man. Devil ain't never won, man. Hell no. As long as you got fight in you, you keep on fighting regardless of whatever.
Y'all, I am floored. Y'all remember back in July, Nakia Hamilton went viral for working an entire Burger King shift all by herself. Nobody was in the store. Nobody showed up for work. So she had to work every aspect, every job by herself for her entire shift. She went viral and everybody started calling her the Burger King mom, and she kind of just blew up a little bit. People started donating money to her and everything. She wasn't looking to be recognized or anything like that. She just kind of recorded herself for some content and put it on TikTok. Fast forward to today. Tell me why Nakia has been fired. She's had to be late a couple times to take care of her kids. She's a single mother. She has 3 children. She doesn't have a choice. She has to go to work. She has to make the money. She has to take care of the kids. And if those two things conflict with each other, she has to take care of her kids. She don't have nobody else to do that for her. So being late a couple times, they were like, you know what? Despite the fact that you kept our business open, we got to let you go. How does that work? So you mean to tell me she did something that she did not have to do back in July? Just July. It's only August. And because she had to be late a couple times to be a parent and to handle her responsibilities, we couldn't try to figure something out to work it out to where, if she needed to come in a little bit later, she could switch her. Like, just nothing. Just up, deuces, you gotta go. That's crazy.
I've always hated corporate world because of things like this. You do your work properly, you look forward for something good, maybe a promotion, maybe a recognition, something to motivate you to continue working, and then all of a sudden they pull out that card, that joker card, like, phew, you're fired. We don't even acknowledge your 12-hour shifts that you've been doing alone. We're gonna fire you. This is not a case of just a one shift for 12 hours. It's a thing that black women who are single baby mamas do experience in workplaces where they are expected to carry out duties and responsibilities that are beyond them, and they're expected to do them diligently and not even complain about it. Nakia Hamilton did her work well. She never complained. She never wanted fame. She just wanted fairness. And America is watching. If you listen carefully or if you read in between the lines, it's not a case of being late, because if she was late all that time, you can't just tell me she started being late from July 25th to now. This is a case of Burger King recognizing that they had done a huge blunder and they just wanted attention to get away from her. Another theory is that because people are contributing money to Nakia Hamilton's GoFundMe page, they just wanted to get rid of her because they knew if she was getting this large amount of money, I know her target was around $86,000, then probably she might reduce her working hours because now she would have enough money to take care of her kids and not even feel the urge to prioritize work that much. Maybe instead of 12-hour shift, should now be doing 9-hour shifts, and it's a 3-hour deficit. And Burger King feels like, that is not the work rate or productivity that we are looking for in an employee who works alone in a lone station. I mean, the audacity, bro. Do I think it's fair? Absolutely no. Despite her attendance being an issue, and it's not that she is not attending, she's just being late. And it's not just being late because she's lazy. She's attending to the goddamn kids who the workstation does not even give allowances, like maybe let's say daycare or something like that. They don't. It reminds me of this, you know, this movie, I don't know what this movie is called, the movie by Tyler Perry, the black woman who had a number of problems. The movie that came out just June or July. There's a movie of a woman who went to a bank to cash in some money, and then they say that she was robbing a bank. It reminds me a case of that. Like, she was working in almost like a similar environment where the employer doesn't take you seriously, where they take you for granted. They just want you to work like a machine. These labor organizations, what are they doing? Like, why are they not doing supervisions to workplaces like Burger King? Why are they allowing a business like Burger King to have its operation just under one employee, and then you get rewarded by being fired? What in the evil world we're living in today? It's just uncalled for. Hopefully Nikia Hamilton is gonna be recognized by the American people, and I know her GoFundMe is gonna exceed that amount that she's having right now, and I hope she finds a good employer. Previously she said she was finding it difficult to find another job because of her records. I mean, if you're firing someone like this who's good, who has good intentions, you see, she even wants to move away from her own locality, one that could influence her to get back to maybe crimes she might have committed in order to get records. She's willing to get out of that life, and she's so good, she's so young, and she has prospects. I personally, if I would be having a business around that place, I would hire her just to be part of change, to help her change from the previous life she was living, and just to see that there's a better world for her and her kids, and to appreciate the efforts of employees like her who keep on putting the grind, like keeping the work running despite the challenges that she's facing. Remember, Burger King treats her like she was seeking fame, but Nikia just wanted fairness. She just wanted like being given time to tend to her kids, and then to be given fair working hours, or she just wanted to be given counterparts to work with, not her alone in a long shift. This is how corporate keeps getting away with these matters every now and then, firing an employee who works so hard diligently for years and just does it for the company. I mean, at this rate, I don't think people should dedicate their time to work in order to enrich their bosses. This is a point now where I think just starting your own business might be advisable, because I don't think giving your all to someone and then they treat you like that is fair. Nah. But hey guys, this is now the point where I leave this up to you. I know you guys might have your own thoughts about this, so share your opinions in the comment section down there below. Please don't be shy. Your thoughts might be so insightful to people who want to contribute to this matter. Also, don't forget to go and check the original creators. Their usernames have been embedded in the Stitch videos as always. Go on to their TikToks, follow, like for this channel. Make sure you smash a huge thumbs up button for this video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on post notifications so that you may not miss my next upload. And with that guys, let me meet you in the next one. Peace out.